At the end of the South Sea, the Jiaoyao Mountain stands tall, the starting point of the Nanshan mountain range. As the sunken logs begin to drift along the mountainside, the true original inhabitants of Jiaoyao Mountain also awaken. These creatures are using their claws to cling tightly to the 1,000-year-old temple. They resemble apes, but their tendons and bones are as white as jade. Amber flames flicker in their eye sockets. These human-like spiritual beasts often howl loudly before the rainy season arrives. The sound waves are so strong that they can drop pieces of gold and jade on the cliffs. The most astonishing thing is their blood. Legend has it that the Yellow Emperor once used the blood of this ape as a sacrifice and was then able to travel 800 miles in a day. Jiaoyao Mountain is quiet during the day. Only when night falls does it reveal its true face. Every time the virtual roots echo, 10,000 silver buds will tear the night sky apart. Each petal is moonlight turned into ice. Those flowers only bloom in the dark, when the purple stone shines most brightly. Even the jade hidden deep underground emits a mysterious green light under that illumination. And such a miracle repeats every night on the top of Jiaoyao Mountain. Going east for 300 miles, we arrive at Tangting Mountain, where the golden veins surge. There is no illusory mist of Jiaoyao Mountain here. Instead, gold mineral veins flow through each stone slab. When the midday sun shines directly down on the mountain ridge, the entire mountain shines like melted golden branches. Even the flies flying around have to squint their eyes because of the glare. In the mountain, countless white apes live. Their fur is as white as snow. Their ears shine with a cold blue color like ice. These apes are more muscular in the front than in the back. They can climb on all fours and can stand upright to pick fruits growing in the crevices of rocks. This white ape has a very strict social structure. The young ones under 5 years old are taken care of by the whole group. After that, the young ones will undergo 2.5 years of survival training by the veteran members taught hunting skills and hierarchical etiquette. Continuing northeast 380 miles, we arrive at Nanshan, which is recorded as the most dangerous forbidden area, Yuanyi Mountain. This conical mountain is made of black tortoise stone. Its surface is full of honeycomb holes. Between the cracks, cold, poisonous air constantly erupts. The so-called monsters here are actually mutant creatures created by the harsh environment. Between the scales of this treeless lizard, there grow parasitic fungi that glow. They hunt by sensing changes in sulfur concentration to catch passing birds. The mountain stream looks clear at first glance, but hides countless deadly spines. Their spines pierce through the skin, forming an outer armor. When threatened, they can shoot out deadly poisonous spines. Deep in the heart of Yuanyi Mountain, the true god of death is hiding and waiting. The poisonous insects in Yuanyi Mountain are definitely not ordinary snakes. Shan Hai Jing calls them flying snakes. Flying snakes. These creatures are between two forms, snakes and lizards. Their entire bodies are as gray as dry bones. The scales are covered with pits, like ancient engravings. They can crawl on cliffs without making a sound. Passing through the death curtain of Yuanyi Mountain, the Nanshan Jing leads us 370 miles east to Niuyang Mountain. This mysterious mountain divides the boundary between yin and yang, standing tall in the rolling sea of clouds. When the 1,000-year-old mist clears from Niuyang Mountain, what you see is not a mythical illusion. At this moment, the 6 rats are using their noses to measure the folds of time. When their forepaws touch the water, the surface of the lake immediately spreads out thin bone ripples. When they bend down to nibble on the guiding leaves, The tiger pattern on the back of their necks moves like living creatures. Those interwoven red and black stripes are not static patterns, but lava flows, breathing in rhythm with the vitality of the mountains and forests. Each line is absorbing and releasing the spiritual energy of the mountain range. Looking into their eyes, there is no ferocious light of a wild beast, but the gentle look of a spirit beast. Legend has it that during the time of the Great Yu dynasty, there was a six rat that stood on the reef, using the waves as a platform, guiding the night boats with starlight. Look, the black turtle is going upstream, these creatures carrying the heavenly book on their backs. Their heads have hooks like fierce birds. Their tails are shaped like poisonous snakes. When they use their beaks to knock on the turtle shell, the sound they make is not the sound of water. That sound is not the sound of water, but like the sound of an axe splitting grain in the valley. From generation to generation, hunters have passed down this ancient secret. They grind that hard shell into fine powder and sprinkle it behind their ears so that the sound of horse hooves can be heard from 1,000 miles away. From Niuyang Mountain, continuing east for 300 miles, we reach Daishan, the end of Shan Hai Jing. There are no trees or grass growing here, but underneath are countless underground streams. The entire mountain is like a green bronze statue immersed in deep water. The Lu Yu is waving its snake tail, wriggling in the light blue water. Its body is covered with green bronze armor. Its head resembles a buffalo's head. As it slowly lifted its front half, two fleshy bat-like wings suddenly burst out from its flanks. This was no illusion, because ancient books had recorded this fish-bodied, buffalo-armed species, and now it was basking in the dawn light. The light penetrated the thick fog, echoing like the breathing of an old buffalo in an ancient dream. Continuing east for 400 miles, the air pressure began to change subtly. The moment the granite mountain pierced the clouds, even the flight path of the birds became warm. Welcome to Da Yuan Shan, a vertical world that refused to be conquered. 71 rushing waterfalls had polished the mountainside. Amidst the moss-covered crevices, water snakes were sticking out their pale yellow tongues, trying to feel the vibrations of the air. 300 meters above, a beast was using its blade-like tongue to clean its claws. Pay attention to its strange spine. The curvaceous body had both the softness of the female and the explosive power of the male. When it swallowed saliva, its throat throbbed with both sexes. At the same time, the male's birth sac and the female's mammary glands vibrated alternately under the thick fur. The ancient books called it the Bing Mao beast. After those 4 words, the terrifying truth, every muscle was being torn apart by the pull between yin and yang. Going 300 miles east, the ground began to emit a strong sulfur smell. The red sandstone of Zishan Mountain was soaked with morning dew. The swarms of fireflies suddenly extinguished their lights. This was by Yishan, where the Shan Hai Jing had clearly recorded. Under the seemingly blazing appearance of the sun, there were hidden survival laws beyond perception. Watch as it nibbled at the green moss on the rock. Between its shoulder blades emerged 2 amber eyes. In them reflected the entire movement of the mountains and forests. We continued to go deeper into the mountains and forests. Amidst the ancient tangled roots and the desolate stone tomb, the Truong Pu species still survived in ways contrary to nature. Its shape resembles a chicken, but it has 3 heads, 6 eyes, 6 legs, and 3 pairs of wings. It has pushed biological evolution to the extreme limit, surprising humans. The mist around Zishan never dissipates all year round. The nine-tailed fox of Bai Yi hides in the deep forest. The laughter of Changfu echoes in the dark night. This mountain will forever bury their secret. Going east for 300 miles, the mist suddenly dissipated. We reached the place recorded in the Shan Hai Jing Shan, the most legendary mountain in the region. The morning mist covers the red cliffs all year round, painting the mountain in layers of overlapping shadows. Following the stream that flows around the mountainside to the south, to the fourth waterfall, where the limestone steps form, we discovered the first traces of the divine scorpion. The nine-tailed fox's claws left 2 deep fingerprints on the stone, and the nine-tailed traces were clearly visible on the damp moss. The 2-meter-long white fox walked, crushing the frost on the stone. Its amber eyes reflected 2 divine meridians. This is not the legendary allure, but the survival masterpiece of a supreme predator. The 9 long, soft tails swayed continuously, both disorienting the pursuer while keeping it warm on the cold snow. As it continued to travel northeast for 350 miles, the moonlight poured down, illuminating the basalt plateau full of meteorite craters. Another divine mountain was gradually awakening. That was K-Wei Mountain. The Fangshui River rolled with the fragments of stars, flashing with a cold white light in the moonlight. The mountain gods in Nanshan Jing were never empty legends, but were the most ancient guardians of this mountain range. Their bodies were as majestic as giant eagles. Their wings emitted a black metallic glow of black iron. The dragon horns rose high. The horns were like lightning piercing the deep blue sky. It was as if the entire southern wilderness was gathering here. The entire southern wilderness was swept away by their breath. Their forms were a blend of nature and divinity. They were the embodiment of chaos and order. Every time they moved, the entire heaven and earth resounded like an epic, resonating with the most ancient melody of the universe.